It's time for Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook, the best place in Nebraska to place your sports bets. Make sure to get the casino in Lincoln or in Omaha, or check out warhorsecasino.com for more info. DB, we got a DM.
Yes.
In our Twitter machine.
Are you mad or happy?
I'm not mad, but I think we need to give context here. I think this might be
Is this my man LC?
This is our guy Logan here. He says he did some research and thought this was pretty incredible, especially considering he joined the team with no real plan of ever playing real minutes. Since Sam Hoiberg started playing regular minutes.
You got to slow down so we can digest it.
Okay. Well, that was the intro. When I get to the numbers, I'll slow down. Okay. Since Sam Hoiberg started playing regular minutes his freshman year against Northwestern, there have been 53 games against major conference teams. Nebraska is 10-17 when he plays under 21 minutes and 18-8 when he plays 21 minutes or more. They're also 4-0 when he plays more than 30 minutes. Then he goes on to say maybe Hoiberg could have been helpful in the stretch of USC, Maryland, Rutgers, where they lost all three of those games by a grand total of, I believe, 11 points. And he played 14, 16, and 17 minutes, respectively.
All right.
Now, can two things be true at the same time? That I think Sam Hoiberg's a good ball player that brings something of value to Nebraska, and also think that stat needs a little context. Okay? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble here because you can come up with stats like this. Now, 20 minutes is a significant number.
Okay. So we agree on that.
Yes.
Right? We're not talking about like
five. Like anytime this guy plays.
And the other thing before I let you get going, it's a substantial amount of games.
It is. It's a good sample size both in minutes and games. Okay. I'm acknowledging that.
So we agree the sample size isn't.
I think it's representative.
Okay.
And I think Sam Hoiberg's good and it brings value to Nebraska. I think the stat is somewhat skewed because when they are ahead and winning, then he usually finishes out games when there might be a rotation in place otherwise. We see that with a lot of teams.
I kind of disagree.
That's fine. Well, we've seen that with Zugic too.
Yeah, but he's no worse than the second guy coming off the bench ever.
I understand that. I get that he's not buried. But when you're bringing guys in and you're ahead and you're winning games, you tend to just leave in some of the guys that are on the bench. That's how rotations work in basketball when you're just riding it out to the end and you're already winning. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they're not better with him on the floor. I do think those stats are going to be a little skewed, much like my Mason Miller plus minus.
So the Mason Miller plus minus is a much smaller sample size.
It is.
And I still think it's legit.
I don't at all. I think it's so dumb. I don't think you're dumb. I think the Mason Miller.
No, I don't take offense to that.
Plus minus thing is a dumb argument.
Because I kind of think you're on an island. I think you're more Gilligan than not here.
I prefer Revis, but that's fine.
Man, he was a goat. I cannot give you Revis. I'm gonna go with Gilligan.
Is it because of the boat shoes?
Well, he kind of stumbled over himself, but arrived at the point. You give me Gilligan vibes.
Don't appreciate that. You just fall ass backwards into things, Ravi, but it tends to work out for you. So no offense.
Well, sometimes to get Gilligan's point, you had to kind of like squint and kind of tilt your head. That's kind of how I feel. I think I'm riding with Logan here, and it's not because I like Hoiberg. It's because
I do like Hoiberg, by the way.
It's because I try to watch these things in its totality. Mm-hmm. How's he being guarded? When does he make? It's like he hit the three from the corner in Eugene the other night, mm-hmm. and it was a run. It quelled a mini surge.
He has a tendency to make big plays.
Yeah,
he does.
I said unsolicited and I didn't know this was going to come up because this was in the open. I was like, the little and one that he got when he finished on the other side.
Big play.
It seemed like it only cut it to 11.
But it was a big play.
But it kept it from getting to 17.
Yeah.
Right? Or 16 or whatever.
I'd like to reiterate, I like Hoiberg, and I think he makes them better.
So I'm not going to, dig into the nitty-gritty of situational game entries because we've already agreed that once you get to 20 minutes, mm-hmm. and it doesn't even take that many, that is a substantial amount of game time.
But here's where my argument is, right? Are you telling me that if he had played 3 more minutes against Rutgers, they win that game?
Well, so
that's my question.
I don't know why you think that is so far-fetched, because when Nebraska cut it to 2 and Rutgers stretched it, and you're like, oh, they're not getting – same thing they did against USC.
No, that's fine. I'm asking.
So 3 minutes – so, yeah, the answer is yes.
Okay, I'm legitimately asking.
The answer is I think 3 minutes can be critical.
I
don't know about those –
that's specific, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, if you tell me 3 minutes –
so if you're taking, so I'm legitimately asking.
I say yes. I say 3 minutes matters.
If he's getting 17 minutes a game and you bump that to 20 or 21, we think that flips some of these games that they lost.
Yeah, because I think situationally it's critical. And plus, here's the other thing that
Listen, I'll hear it out because I don't love some of their other options.
The other thing that I think is pretty undersold,
is
he's a quarterback out there.
Sure.
Because I mean, he skipped a rotation on a scramble yesterday by 2 guys to cover a 3.
Mm-hmm. He's unbelievably.
He didn't go to the next pass. He skipped it. Yeah. He anticipated leaving the next closest to me shooter to get to the make one more guy. And he went to the make one more guy. And it was Diallo, and he hoisted a line drive clanger, right? Like, I saw that. So
no, I get that.
I don't undersell those kinds of things.
And that's totally fair. I'm legitimately asking because in these examples that Logan gave us, and we appreciate the research.
I mean, it's pretty chunky.
Are we you're
talking about 9-10 minutes.
You think if he plays 4 more minutes a game, they flip some of those 6-game losing streaks?
It just depends on what's happening if he's on the floor within the – so I think you're looking at it wrong.
Okay.
I think if he's on the floor and the total gets bumped up, could the outcome be different? Yeah. But if it's, hey, magically getting to 4 more minutes to up the average, I don't know. If he's on the floor for 3 more minutes and they're on the struggle bus situationally in a game, yeah, I think that's going to help. But no, I can't definitively say if you bump that. I mean, because you're minimizing the data just in asking the question. So if he plays just 4 more,
I'm asking.
I would say to you, I would look at it another way. If he's on the court more to up the average, is there the potential that you could get a different outcome? Absolutely.
So let me ask it this way. So he's averaging on the dot 21.1 minutes per game this season.
Great number.
21.1.
Great number.
Is it possible that Nebraska at 14-8, what's the winning percentage? They're 18-8 over the course of that time when he plays 21 minutes a game?
Yeah.
They're 14-8 now. Like, that's a better winning percentage, but that's not crazy different than their overall winning percentage.
No, but it begs the question, if he plays more in games where they had different outcomes, what would happen? And I think that's the point of the exercise.
Right, and that's what I'm asking. Like, is 3 to 4 minutes a game?
At least as I took.
No, I agree. I think that's the point of the exercise. And what I boil that down to basically is, okay, if he's averaging 21 minutes a game overall, is that a result of he plays 25 minutes a game against some of the non-con opponents that they're going to win those games anyway? Well, that's what I'm asking, though, because if he's at 21 and I'm looking at some of the –
I don't love the lowest common denominator thing, like going to the non-con. Like, let's just stay right where we are.
I know, but when he said major conference games, so I'll take that out.
Okay.
My apologies. He said major conference games.
Okay. Good.
So I mean, their last 5, he's gone 33, 37, 35, 29. They've won 3 of those 4. The only loss was the obliteration at the hands of Wisconsin. And then he was 14 before that at USC.
And the strategic error
against USC.
There, you could make the case. Wait, did he start against Wisconsin?
I believe so. I believe that was one of the games he started.
Because I did not enjoy rolling the same starting lineup out in the second half that you did the first half when you didn't make any hay until you substituted to start the game.
Yeah.
I didn't know why you would
smoked.
roll the same starting 5 back out there. But I can't remember if Sam I Am started.
I believe he did. I believe that was a Sam Andrew Morgan game. I think.
Yeah. Big Morgan guy too. Big Morgan.
I'm hit and miss on him. You have any plays for tonight?
Yeah, I don't want to rush because we have to walk through those.
Okay, we'll continue bet on it next. That's a little bonus segment for you. We'll get to DB's locks for Thursday. Tomorrow, we'll get to some of our Super Bowl picks as well.
Ooh,
you got a little
chunky.
You got a little taste with B. Edwards earlier.
Chunky.
That's Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. All right, I wanted to get to Nebraska's upcoming schedule here.
Do you want me to nail it again?
No,
because I'm well on my way to being right.
Yes, you are. You've got 3 of the 9 you need,
and I had them at 8.
3 of the 8 you need. 3 of the 8 you
Thank
need.
There you go. Trying to put.
You had them at 8 and 3.
Yes.
You've got 3 of them. You need 5 left.
Yes.
Here's my question. I don't know if it's a question, but it's an interesting little schedule quirk coming up here. According to Ken Pom, my fave, Kenneth Pomeroy, their next 5 games.
Yes.
Here's what the predicted final score margin is. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1.
I believe it because 2 of those are Ohio State.
So you have Ohio State, Maryland, Northwestern, Penn State, and Michigan.
How is Penn State and Northwestern 1 or 2?
They're away games. They're on the road.
I hope Penn State has quit.
Oh, you think like they're packed it in?
They're reeling.
Yeah.
Well, they just got hammered at the house the other night.
Yeah. I mean, that's entirely possible, but it's because they're on the road. But that is the next 5 games for Nebraska. They're literal coin flips. That is as coin flippy as you can get.
Maryland's at the house.
That's the only one they're technically favored to win. The rest are the other way, but they're coin flips, so it doesn't. I mean, they're all 45.
So the rest of the free world gets to see my man Gillespie.
Yeah,
he's tough.
You love Gillespie.
I do.
Almost as much as you love Kevin Willard. Kevin Willard guy.
Just a lot of not telling the truth this segment.
You love Kevin Willard. I mean, who do you think brought Gillespie there?
I don't love much of anything.
It's the transitive property,
including you.